Dephemerember, December 24th. Oh my goodness, it's Christmas Eve. I just realized that looking at the date for today. Oh my goodness. So Merry Christmas to anyone celebrating today. And whether you are or you are not celebrating Christmas, I hope you're having a fun time with our prompt list. When I say our, I of course mean my partner in crime, Luise Heinzl, and this is me. If you're new here by any chance at this point, where have you been? We've missed you. You can find all the information you need on our Dephemerember info pages, which are linked below. You can also find our playlists and the prompt list and anything else you might need. Let's move right in. Photo frame and a steampunk butterfly. This is a prompt I could have come up with. Because wow, this is amazing. I'm totally here for it. You could think Luise and I made the prompt list, right? Okay, let's get to it. Let's quickly pet our little pandas here for good luck and for some creative energy that seemed to work yesterday. Let's start off with a bang. I have another freebie for you. Because just in case you don't have any frames that you want to cut up or use, voila, there you go. There they are. They're linked below. It's a freebie. Have fun with these. And in case you don't like these, I also have another one from last year that you can check out. It looks like this right here. So feel free to download both and use what you want or use what you already have, even better. So my first point, what did I actually want to say? My first task, where did the P come from? I have no idea. My first task is to cut out this frame. I really love these, to be honest, but they are too small for what I have in mind. So I'll use this one, but maybe I'll do something with this later. I just love these two. Anyway, I'll be using this one. I always do this. I wanted this frame to be thicker and I wanted to glue it on some cardboard first and then cut it out. And I always think of it after I cut it out. Barbara, what's wrong with you? So I have this piece of cardboard from an ice cream. Wow, it's been a long time since I've had an ice cream. So I'm going to glue this on here and have double the work. I mean, another option, if I wanted this dimensional in my journal, which is weird anyway, because I'm constantly trying to avoid bulk and not create bulk, but here we are. So another way, of course, would be just to use foam tape on your frame, but I want the actual frame to be thicker. So there we go. Now we see that it's a substantial frame. It feels so much better in my hands. And I don't know yet if I'm going to add something else to the frame. I mean, I love how it's already grunged up. We don't need to do anything. But the one thing I did was I added ground espresso with my little finger dauber around the edges, outside and inside. And for the inside, I'm going to use one of my images from my Steampunk Menagerie ephemera kit. Among other things, we have these tags here. And of course, there are backgrounds to go with this kit. There's two kinds of backgrounds. We have some with animals and we have plain ones. And then of course, there's also the calendar pages. So for all of those sets, all of the steampunk related sets, of course, including this ephemera pack, I have another goodie for you. So please see the code right here that you can add at the checkout in my shop. My shop is linked below. You can find the printables linked below. So have fun with these images if you choose to use some of these. I'm going to go for this one right here. I think she's like a mixture of cute and badass. And that's kind of like my goal in life, to look cute and badass at the same time. So this is what I want to use. This is what I feel drawn to. But I'm not going to use the whole image. I'm not using the background. So I'm going to fussy cut her. Did I mention there's 25% off with that code? In case I didn't, that's what happens. And if you don't want to cut out her hair precisely, then don't. You could just get rid of all these hair streaks that are sticking out. I might actually do that. So don't worry about that too much. So meet Evangeline Gearhart. you know Gearhart as in a gear. You'll hear more about her story a little later. But first, let's put her in here. That is a perfect size for this frame. If this is too big for your journal, you can just print both out a little smaller, like 70%, 60%, whatever you need for your journal size. So the prompt says, steampunk butterfly, not steampunk girl, Barbara. You need a butterfly. So we need to give her some wings. So I have these that I bought quite a while ago. Where did I buy them? I don't know. Somewhere locally, I know that. I don't remember which shop it was, to be honest. If you do not have any butterflies that you can use, obviously you could draw them. But I also have a freebie from last year of some beautiful butterfly wings. Ta-da! Which you are welcome to use for this project as well. And again, if they're too large, just change the 100% to whatever percentage you need for your project and print them out. So I want to use these, and I think I actually want them layered, so I want more than one. Let's see what size. These could be the smaller ones, but she needs big wings. So either we'll take these, they look cool, or these. I really love that they go over the frame. That makes it more dimensional, but maybe they shouldn't be sitting that high because that would be unrealistic. Did I just snort? Okay. Is that the right size? Do I have any other size? Oh, these are smaller, but let's see. Oh, but then they don't peek out of the frame. No, they definitely need to peek out of the frame. But I'm not sure these or these. These were also pretty cool. Let's take these. And if you want to, you just print that freebie out, once larger and once smaller, and you just layer them on top of each other. And even though you know how much I love gold in my projects, these need to look a lot more steampunky. So let's work on these. So first I want to get rid of some of the gloss. So I'm going to take this little sanding disc. You can also take regular sanding paper from the hardware store. And I'm totally going to scratch this up. So after these are all sanded, they need to be grunged up because we're talking about steampunk. It needs to be grungy. So I'm going to use these two mica stains. One is the broken broomstick. No, it's not a broken broomstick. Why do I always say broken broomstick? It's a crooked broomstick, not a broken broomstick. And Iron Gate, two beautiful colors. Alternatively, you could use any other spray that you have. It doesn't have to be metallic. You could also just use metallic paints. You could just use your ink pads or distress ink pads and take your dauber and then go over it. There's many options on how to color your wings. Sprays are of course super fast. By the way, if steampunk is not your thing, because I know not everybody likes steampunk, switch up the steampunk to a theme that you like. Maybe you want to make Christmassy butterflies. You know, just think of a theme that you enjoy and run with it. So these are mostly dry. Love, love, love. we have this as a fun byproduct, by the way. But it needs something else. Nope, not gold splatters. Going to take spiced marmalade distress spritz. Say that 10 times fast. And I'm just going to use the nozzle for some splatters that don't really want to land on the butterfly itself. So these look super interesting already, but let's experiment further. I want to try the Crackle Paste Translucent. So this is a translucent gloss paste. I believe I have not had so much luck with this in the past, but I'm not giving up. I want to try this again. And because that's not enough, I also want to add some mica flakes on top of that. So I don't even know if we'll actually see the crackling. Maybe I won't add these everywhere, but these are fun. And yeah, I think they work for a wintry, steampunky look. See, these are things I would not do. Oh my goodness, the spray is coming off. I guess that was to be expected. Oh no, what do we do? Okay, we'll just go with it and make sure not to put this dirty thing into the jar now. Wow. So what I wanted to say was, you've heard it in Luise's videos as well, Dephemerember is the time to experiment, because I would not do this for regular ephemera probably. Like if I was making a regular journal, I don't think I would do this. So I am really embracing the chance to experiment, because I really don't do that enough, I think. This looks so weird, and this is going to take forever to dry. Barbara, what did you do? I don't know why I always do this, because these things really take forever to dry, and I don't think I can use my heat gun for this. Why am I doing this? I don't know. Okay, I don't need to worry about the middle, because that will be covered by Evelyn. No, not Evelyn. What was her name? Evangeline. Do I just do it on this one in case I ruin it? That seems kind of like a coward thing to do, right? Oh wow, this now looks green. Why are you green? That's not what I wanted. Oh my goodness, what is happening? Okay, let's add some mica flakes. Maybe they will cover some of the green. Has anyone ever tried this combination? Luise, have you tried this combination? Mica flakes and translucent crackle paste. If anyone would have tried it, I guess it would be Luise. What do we do with this? Maybe just a little bit. This is my compromise. Maybe just here. See, it doesn't want to stay because it slides right off. Even though you saw how much I roughed up those surfaces, it's just gliding right off the wings. Wow. I cannot imagine this is actually going to crackle. But it is going to dry eventually, so we'll get some sort of texture. And let's sprinkle some mica flakes on top. These are going to be the weirdest wings ever. Okay, I'm guessing not all of these will actually stick, but some of them hopefully will. See you back here when this is dry. So it's about 4.5 hours later, so I guess this is now completely dry. My patience is really wearing very thin. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but there are cracks here. I mean, most of them are covered, of course, with the mica flakes, but there are parts like here also. Yeah, you can't really see it in the camera, that actually have cracks. So that did work. Let me see if there's a better part here that I can show you. Nope. Yeah, I don't know what I was expecting, adding so many microflakes over the cracks and then expecting to see the cracks. Yeah, you can't really see it. Trust me, they are there, and some of this is still not dry. What? Okay, I have run out of patience. And I think I'm going to have these microflakes all over my journal, which is not the worst thing. Okay, so now if we layer these on top of each other, first of all, that looks awesome. And then if we put them on her, check it out. That is just amazing. Okay, let's cut off these unnecessary parts. And then what does it look like with the frame? Wowza, I'm seriously in love. Okay, we need a background, right? And we need to use something from Luise's scraps. So let's see if there's something we can actually use as a background. We always have to pet Luise's butterfly to get some of Luise's energy and creativity. No. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can see a little bit. This has some... What is this? Is this Crypt Paste? Crypt Paste. What is it called? Crypt... It is called Crypt Paste, isn't it? Wait. No, it's not. I know Luise probably just fell off her chair. It's not called Crypt Paste. It's called Grit Paste Crypt. Why not just call it Crypt Paste? That would make so much more sense. So I don't know if this is... It could be, couldn't it? I know this is... No, maybe it's not. I don't know. Maybe it's just translucent texture paste. And it looks like that because of the background. No, but look, this here is also gray. It must be Crypt Paste. I'm going to just call it Crypt Paste because that makes so much more sense to me. I love the texture. I love the sewing. Oh my goodness, Luise. I don't think you could have given me a more perfect piece. Oh, I am so in love. Wow. Yep, microflakes everywhere. I shouldn't be worried that they're just in my journal. They're going to be not even just in my craft room. I would be surprised if I wouldn't find some of these in my bed later on. So the other side, it doesn't have anything on it. Let's just compare it to make sure we have the best option. Oh, that's also beautiful. This way, of course, she stands out even more. Oh, wow, 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 wow. Even this is super cool, but I don't really like it in combination with the wings here. But it's also super cool. But it would kind of be a waste of this beautiful paper on the one side. Okay, Barbara, make a decision, please. What would you say? The textured one or the one with just the writing without any texture on it? I mean, she does come out better on the other one, but this one is so much more interesting. No, I'll have to go with this one. I'm sorry if you disagree. My journal, my rules. Okay, so let me cut this out. I'm not sure whether I'm ready to glue it down because from my track record, I usually start gluing things too fast. And then I can't always do what I want to do. So I first need to figure out what else I want to add to the frame here or to her or to the background before I glue everything together. But while I ponder that, I promised you I was going to tell you a little bit more about Evangeline Gearhart. So she's an adventurous inventor and explorer, of course, in the steampunk era. And she grew up in a bustling skyport city obviously with a lot of, what are they called, like airships. And she was always fascinated by machinery from a very young age. And she would sneak into the city's like engineering halls, and she would secretly watch the inventors at work, you know, when they were like sketching their inventions by candlelight. But then as she grew older, Evangeline crafted her own set of mechanical wings, these here, from an old airship. And these wings became her ticket to freedom, allowing her to explore the skies and uncover forgotten relics and help others in need. So she was known for her sharp wit and resourceful mind, and she's often called upon by fellow adventurers for help solving problems or repairing their own gadgets. But Evangeline's greatest passion is collecting stories. So wherever she travels, she keeps a journal filled with tales of the people she meets and the places she sees and the mysteries that she uncovers. So her motto is, every broken thing has a story to tell and every story deserves to fly. I just love that. I have the feeling we need gears here in some way. I once purchased this die set secondhand. This is one of these thick plates. Looks like this. I don't know where you can still get this. It has a number 661817. The name is Industrial. But this is actually not what I'm going to use. I think instead I will use some of my metal gears. That's weird. I also just remembered I also have this stencil. It's a Tim Holtz one, but it has no number that I can see. No. If I find it, I will link it for you. And I'm thinking whether I should very, very lightly add some here, because, you know, we have gears and we have gears and I don't want it to be too much. I kind of like the fact that the frame is quite plain because that gives her all the attention. But somehow I'd like just a hint of this. How about we try frayed burlap? Yes, I said it correctly. Even though, have you seen Luise has renamed her oxides to braid burlap? That is like one of the cutest things anyone has ever done for me. So I think this color is fairly similar. It's probably the closest I have. Did I say that already? Maybe. So let us take these off. Oh no, this is not good. Wait. Okay, so we need a soft brush for this because we do not want anything harsh here. So I'll do this as lightly as possible. Maybe we can do a little more even. Yeah. I think that is light enough. And I'll just do it down there. So I glued this bottom part down, but her head is kind of bobbing up, and since the wings are kind of dimensional, I think I'll use some foam tape underneath her head. Yeah, that's much better. That also kind of helps create a natural shadow. Okay, so we just need to add this frame. So everything is glued on. I love the way this looks, but it's Dephemerember. I want to try something I usually probably would not do. So I recently found these acrylic spray paints at Action, which is a Dutch chain that we have here in Vienna, and I'm itching to try one of these colors. I think this soft pink would actually be very cute here, but where would we put it? I just want like some splatters. I should have done that before I glued it together. Oh no! Why does this always happen? Barbara, get it together. So let me spray some here. Ooh, that is much more pigmented than I anticipated. Okay, this is super thick. Is Barbara going to ruin everything now? It's very possible. Because what I would have loved is to have the pink splatters just on this background, not on the wings, not on her, not on the frame. That is not really possible. I mean, yes, I could cover all of this up. Sometimes I really don't know why I make my life so difficult, honestly. Why, Barbara? Why? I think we're safe. So you see that? It is just the faintest hint of pink to make it just a tiny bit feminine. Also, there was, of course, a little bit pink here in Luise's background. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I don't want it anywhere else. And I also want to add her name, maybe here on the top. So I have this part of a vintage book page, which might look nice. And you know, I have these stickers from Studio Light, which I use quite frequently. And in the back here, we have letters. So I could use these to add her name. And I think I want it in black. Yeah, should be, or should it be white? No, let's not forget she's a badass, so it needs to be black. By the way, can I tell you something completely unrelated? I'm so excited. My BFF and I recently saw a poster in the city for a Sting concert. You know, the singer Sting. And we couldn't really see a date on it or anything, so we thought, okay, let's check in the internet. We are not known for being lucky with getting concert tickets. We had no idea when he was coming. So we checked online, and he's coming next year in July. And he's not coming to Vienna. He is actually coming to a place about a little over 1.5 hours from Vienna. And get this, it's like at a medieval castle. And I will show you the castle here, a photo. This is absolutely incredible. And we still got tickets, which was even more incredible. We got tickets to stand right in front of the stage. I could never sit at one of these concerts. I don't know, you know, Austrians are the worst when it comes to concerts because they, this is really bad of me to say, but I'm sorry, that is my experience over and over again. Austrians are very stoic. You know, like when my BFF and I go to a concert, which is very rare, we are the only ones that are actually moving and having fun. Everyone else is just sitting in their seats and watching. And I'm like, this is a rock concert or a pop concert or whatever. How can you sit there? Why are you even here? You know what I mean? Like, I always imagine that artists that come to Vienna must be so bored because the audience is just not really participating. And I think it's such a shame. Why am I telling this story? Oh, because, so we still got tickets. Oh my goodness, what? This is way too long. Evangeline, why do you have such a long name? You're making my life very difficult. Do we just do Evangeline? But Gerhard is cool. I mean, actually it should have been Gerhard with an E. That would have been even better because we have a heart here. And because, you know, she helps people. Oh, Evangeline, what did you do? It's not her fault, I know. Okay, let's cut around this and see how we can place it. So, yeah, we got tickets for standing right in front of the stage. I cannot believe it. Imagine the setting at a medieval castle listening to Sting in the middle of summer. Like, what? I don't know how we managed to do this, but I think this is an experience of a lifetime. I mean, who doesn't love Sting? And I can't believe there were tickets still. Usually, you know, by the time we realize there's a concert, there's no way to get tickets. I'm absolutely speechless how this happened because I have not so far. Now, of course, I wish I wouldn't have glued those gears down yet because they're kind of in the way now. Okay, those edges need to be inked up, but otherwise, I would have preferred it up there for some reason, but I think this is okay. So yeah, I know it's still more than half a year away, but I'm already excited. Like, what? And then at the end of the year, this is, I think it's November 2025. I don't think I've ever, bought tickets so far in advance. But you have to for these kind of concerts because otherwise there's no way to get any tickets. Or you can get them like when someone resells their tickets and then they're incredibly expensive. I mean, they're expensive enough as it is. The second concert that we got tickets for is One Republic, which should also be very cool, but not as cool as Sting. I don't know where that came from now. It has nothing to do with what I'm doing here. Probably just because it happened recently and I'm so excited. And this now does not fit. No! Why? Oh no. What do we do? What do we do? Get this. Oh no. Barbara, can we still lift this? Wow, this thing is really stuck down. That art glitter glue, my goodness. Wow, that is cemented on there. Oh no. Can we just squeeze it in there? Sometimes I really envy people who can plan. Sometimes that would be so helpful. It's all right, actually. I squeezed it in between those two middle pieces. I almost forgot one very important thing that I have to do. You see, she has goggles on. Those need to look like glass, obviously. So I'm going to use my Distress embossing pen. And I highly recommend you get some of these. These are not very expensive. I think there's 2 in a pack. They last a really long time. And you can add such fun elements to your ephemera and to your journals. Like, the bees' wings that we have in the journal and anything that's supposed to look like glass. It's so fun. So then we take clear embossing powder. Again, this would have been so much easier before I attached everything. But it's okay. Poor girl can't see. Let's change that. Isn't that just so much better? I love it. These details make me so happy. Let's find the journal page. I have no idea yet how I'm going to attach this. Let's look for something in the middle because I feel like I'm always adding everything to the front. I don't think I want to stick it into something. It's too big for that. It could be its own page actually. But then I would have to cover up the edge here, which looks horrible. That's not the worst option. But again, we're too far in the front. Let's check this middle section here. This would be a nice one, but I don't want to cover this friendship. Just in case you don't know, Luise made this beautiful journal for me, and if you want to see how she made it, you can check the playlist below. This is too plain. No. Ooh, this looks very steampunky. Okay, this would be a great option. These two go really well together. This is also beautiful. Oh, look at these two together. That's even better. I love these. And I actually love how the mice are peeking out here. and our panda bear. So how do we attach this if we put it on this page? Oh, we cannot really... Actually, we cannot at all punch through or staple through this because then these don't come out anymore. Ooh, so if we want it to be on this page, really the only option is to either glue it down or to make another flip out. But then I need to do something with that back. Or do I even? I mean, I kind of like that we can see that it was packaging, that it's something recycled. I'm just not a fan of this color combination, but then again, it's kind of fun. The thing is, the flips work a lot better when you hinge them on the outside and not on the inside, because remember we recently did that with another prompt and I'm so not happy. Here, look, with this one, this is hinged on the inside and somehow I didn't glue it well. So when I flip it, see, I think what happened, yeah, I think it would have been okay if I would have glued the fabric all the way to the edge. Then it would have no problem at all to flip. But you see what it's doing to the page? So if you do it on the inside like this, please make sure you glue the fabric all the way to the edge. Otherwise, you don't have room to actually flip it. You know what I mean? Don't make that mistake. That is such a rookie mistake of mine. So I'm kind of reluctant to make a flip. But then again, it would be fun to write down her story here, right? Because I'm going to forget about that story. So I think we'll just do that and do a better job this time. Should we have it maybe flip up? Yeah, let's do that. Let's do a flip up. Should we take this one? Why not? This time I'm just going to take my glue and put it right here to make sure that I'm gluing it all the way to the edge. Yeah, much better. You see what I mean? It's a little bit hard to read, but I think if I concentrate, I can read it. This way the story won't get lost. This works really well. So please keep that in mind when you do your own flip out, flip up, whatever you want to do. And we are finished with prompt for December 24th. So again, Merry Christmas to anyone celebrating Christmas. Don't forget to check out Luise's video. I'm sure she has created something absolutely amazing as always. Thanks so much for watching. Love you guys. Mwah, mwah.